Hello everyone, this is Pat Knight coming to the brand new video. Today I'm playing on Pat Knight's Warpack again. This is episode 5, I believe, and holy crap, this episode I've done a whole bunch of work before this episode even started. For starters, you might notice I have this new shield and this new sword. So let's just take a look at my gear real quick. Minus the slime boots, of course. Well, actually, that is kind of just part of my everyday gear. I substitute the slime boots for diamond boots pretty much all the time, but I do have it in my backpack, which I now hotbarred, by the way, so it's equipped, which means you can't see it in my inventory, but if I press tab, I can now look at it, because I'm not going to be using tab for a single-player series. But anyway, yeah, if you look in here, I got some diamond boots, and I keep that with me at all times if I ever need to switch, but I do got full diamond gear now, because we had tons of diamonds for a while. Now, so the deal with the diamond shield is that it's actually a little bit worse than the regular Minecraft shield, but a little challenge I wanted to set up for myself is to only allow myself to use shields from the Spartan Shields mod, which basically means I'm only going to be using this diamond one. There are a couple others if I search it real quick. Like, a lot of these I can't make because I don't have the required mods in it and stuff, but like, I can make this one, and this one's really interesting. It stores RF, and it uses that RF to block damage and stuff, but it takes a whole lot to make it. You need to have these shield templates, which is not that bad, but then you also need to have the infused diamonds, which you need a bunch of these shards, which you need this to make the shards and stuff, so it's difficult to get, but you also need like this, like all this stuff, but basically, eventually, I'll probably get this infused riot shield. But in the meantime, I have this diamond shield and this brand new sword. I want to explain the sword a little bit. We have a instead of cobalt, we used cobalt for our pickaxe, and for this though, we actually used menelinium. Now, menelinium is the mix of ardite, which is right here. That's the stuff that we were getting earlier, and cobalt. I think I mixed some of it at the end of the last episode. If not, in the smeltery, I mixed some of it and made it into a sword. For the other part, for the middle part, in fact, maybe I could just show you in the book. Maybe that would be easier. Yeah, so if you look at the head for menelinium, it has 8.72 attack damage. That's the most attack damage out of any of these materials listed here. So menelinium is a great thing to have for a sword. It does have something, though, that's annoying, is that you deal more damage, deal more and more damage, but it also consumes more and more durability. So we definitely need to get this to the unbreakable status as soon as we can, and I'll talk more about that in a little bit. If you look at this stuff, though, this stuff's good. This stuff's good, but there's some other stuff I wanted. So if we head over to cobalt, I believe I used a cobalt thing here. I'm not entirely sure, though. I might have used this. I'm not sure if there's a way to check. I guess if it's lightweight, that means I had cobalt. It is lightweight. Okay, yeah, so I had a cobalt extra part. And for the handle, oh yeah, cobalt extra part right here, because it's lightweight and increases the speed of your tool. So that's really helpful because that means I can swing faster, which means deals more damage. Now the handle, I actually used, where is it? A surprising thing, if I can find it. Here it is, paper. I didn't use paper. What am I thinking? What did I use? Hold up. I'm sure when I see it in here on the bone, that's right. I used a bone handle for a couple things. For one, it has a 1.1 modifier, which is nice. It also has fractured, which means your tool deals your tool's damage is increased. So basically, it does more damage. And it has a 1.1 modifier. That's pretty high for, I think, like pretty much every other material has less than that. So that's what I decided to do, so I could get a little bit more modifier on it. I've been trying to make it unbreaking. As you can see, I still have a reinforcement right here. This is the last reinforcement I need because I've upgraded a lot. The problem is that I need to level it up again, and leveling up these swords are not as easy as leveling up the pickaxes, because the pickaxes you could just go down to a cave and then or excavate a ton of stone, and then you get to level up your pickaxe really quickly, and that's how I was able to get this to unbreakable. I don't know if I did that in the last episode, but if I didn't, this is officially unbreakable. I got all my reinforcements on there, and I still just need to level this up more. So I figured next episode, not this one, but next episode, what we could do is head over to the I could show you on the map, the dungeon we found earlier, which is right here. We spawned like right here, and then we found a dungeon like right off the bat, and I said we should definitely check that out soon. And I think I want to do that next episode and try to just level up the sword, because there are tons of mobs in there. So anyway, that's just for future plans. Also, I made this cobalt shovel. The cobalt shovel is pretty simple. It's got the cobalt head, and then cobalt extra, I think, and then a lava crystal tool rod, which is what I use for this also, because I want it to be able to smelt blocks after I mine it. I'm not sure how incredibly useful that is for the shovel, but I thought, hey, why not? I'll just do it. It's just kind of nice, I guess. And we might find something later that needs it. Let's take a quick nap, and then I will show you the rest of the stuff I've prepared. I've prepared so much for this episode, though. So let me sleep real quick. Okay, so last episode I said that we definitely need to get started on food, and I kind of did the baby steps by making the alloy smelter in there. However, I realized there is so much more we have to do before we can make food, but I've kind of laid out some crafting tables here that'll make this a lot easier for us. See, this is what I'm talking about with preparation. For starters, I'm going to make a few more machine chases, whatever it's called. Basically, we made some of these last episodes, so I already showed like what the recipe is and stuff. But using, and then, I'll come back to that later. Using this machine stuff, we can do things such as put a machine case right here with this combination of the piston, iron, and flint, and then you can get a sag mill. So what sag mills do is they essentially shred stuff apart to get specific blocks that you wouldn't get otherwise through smelting or whatnot. So it's kind of like a crusher almost. So I'm going to put that right there. And we're going to use that in just a second. However, okay, yeah, let me just head over here real quick. So the alloy smelter and the sag mill have the same problem right now, and that's that they need power. So we need a power source, and that's what I have lined up right here. So if you mix all this stuff, lapis, gold, and iron, you can get yourself a machine frame. Once you have a machine frame from RF Tools, you can put the machine frame in a combination like this with coal and redstone torches, and this is how you get a coal generator. This is the easiest way to get power. It's very convenient how easy it is to get. Also, if you have some of these basic capacitors, which we made last episode, but if you want to know how you make them, it's just this. You get some gold nuggets and redstone on the side. And we made a bunch to begin with, so we definitely have enough for all the stuff we need to use for now. Basically, you do this combination of redstone block, and you get yourself a basic capacitor bank. You can get better capacitor banks in the future, but we're not worried about that right now. What this does is it basically stores power. So if I place that right here, totally running out of room inside this spot. How about, I don't want to place it on top of a chest. How about right here for now? As you can see, if you look on the on the notification up on the screen, it says 0 out of a million RF. Is that a million? 100? 100,000 million? Yeah, that's a million. So it can store up to a million RF, and to charge it, we simply put a generator or something that produces power next to it. And to start creating power, we need coal, and that's okay because I got lots of coal. Okay, that's another thing I should mention. We made an elevator block. I made an elevator block, not you guys. It wasn't even in the video. Why would I say we? So this elevator block, basically, if you have two elevator blocks, and I have one right here down at bedrock, and one all the way up there to where our home is, and if you shift, it'll teleport you down to the nearest block, and if you press space, then it will take you to the highest block up. So it's a really easy elevator. To make it, it's very simple. You just need wool lining this and a ender pearl in there, and that'll give you one elevator block, and you need two of them to make an elevator. And I could put more like in certain different levels and stuff, and then I could it's like a really useful elevator, but I made that so I could just mine quicker because I had to do a lot of mining in preparation for this episode. Anyway, let's put some coal in there. Just gonna start powering that up. So yeah, if you can see there, it says 60 RF per tick. So that's how much it's getting per tick, so it's charging up right there. I want to charge this up a good amount, and then we can use this to charge the other things. In the meantime, I want to check out what else we got here. So, what we have here is some sand and a crafting table to make some compressed sand. The reason we want to do compressed sand is if you put compressed sand inside of a sag mill, which is that thing we just made, you can get some silicon. If you get some silicon, there's a bunch of different stuff you can do, a whole bunch of stuff that we'll end up doing in the future. But something I'm looking. Oh, hold up. Oh yeah. So if you do that, and then you put some of these silicons in the alloy smelter, which is another thing we made, along with coal powder and iron ingot, and you get coal powder by sag milling coal. Then you can get yourself some electrical steel. Electrical steel is also extremely useful and is something we'll be getting a lot. But what we could do with electrical steel is make all these different machines and stuff. But this is the one we want right here, the farming station. This is the thing we've been working towards for so long now because we need to get some meat, or not meat, but food. We need to get a lot of food, specifically wheat food. And you need 4 electrical steel for that, a diamond hoe, and some crazy stuff right here, which we will get into after I start powering these machines. So I think this thing has been charging long enough. Relatively. You know what would be easier if I just move the stuff over there. So let's start with the sag mill. There's actually some stuff inside the sag mill right now, and it will start, should start going. Yeah, as you can see, it's now sagging. If you put some gold and soul sand in there, it'll give you something cool. I'll show you when it comes out. Then I also put a chest here for other stuff we need a sag mill once we get the chance. Not sag mill, alloy smelt. Here's the sag mill, though. And I can put the sag mill right here for now, and it'll just take power from there. So that's the way it works. If there's like something that transmits power, then you just put a block adjacent to it, and then you could start getting power from it. So yeah, as you can see, this thing's charging up now. So I'm actually going to put some compressed sand in there now, because we need to get some of that silicon. And then there's also a lot of other stuff we need from the sag mill also. So yeah, if you put gold and soul sand inside of an alloy smelter, then you get yourself some solarium. Solarium is very useful for a bunch of different stuff. What we specifically need it for is, we need it for the slice and splice. Is it to make? Yeah, to make the slice and splice. Guys, I didn't realize how involved it was just to make a farming station, but this is all in preparation for farming station. But yeah, we need some solarium, a machine chases, which we have, and then a head and an axe and shears. And I have that aligned out here in this crafting table. We're just waiting for the solarium to finish. We need 5 solarium, I think. I should have stayed on that screen longer, but I'm pretty sure it's 5. So we have 3. It's not quite enough yet. Yeah, you do this, and then a machine case goes here, and then you just need 2 more there. So I'm gonna wait for that to smelt, and then let me recuperate and make sure I know what to talk about next because so much preparation for this farming station, but we're getting there. We're getting there. Okay, so I smelted a couple more solariums, and because we're gonna need them later. But that thing finished, and I recuperated and figured out what I need to do and stuff. So what I want to do now is that now that silicon has finished, as you can see, we have 27 silicon. I want to put some coal in here, and this coal will be turned into coal powder. In fact, I just realized I can actually put some flint if I have any flint. Here's some flint. If I put some flint in here, then it will actually make it go faster. So that's cool. But, you know, it's already going pretty fast, so we're good on that. Also, with the alloy smelter, we're going to need to start smelting in some ender pearls with iron. And I don't know how much I want to do. I don't want to use all my ender pearls. Those are a little bit annoying to get. Actually, how I got all the ender pearls I did was I actually went down here and found some certain blocks. They're like ender blocks, and you can basically get ender powder from them, and then you can craft the ender powder into eyes. So that's how I got as many pearls as I did, not eyes, excuse me. Anyway, so we got some coal powder here. We're also getting some sulfur dust. Interesting. I think if I smelt sulfur dust, I can get gunpowder. Is that correct? Yes, I can. But that's not going to be very useful because we can already head down here with our auto smelt pickaxe, go to this solarium or sulfur ore, and just vein mine it, and we'll turn it into gunpowder for us. So that's how we get some gunpowder. And I actually want to talk about that too. Recently I was fighting a bandit, and he dropped this really cool gun here. This is one of the like 3 different guns they can drop, I think. Basically it's a gun, so that's cool. It has no ammo right now, so in order to make ammo we just use copper and gunpowder. So it's very nice that the sulfur ores are there, because then you can just mine it and you get a lot of gunpowder. A lot easier than killing creepers. However, you also need to make a magazine for it, and we certainly don't have time to do that in this episode. But maybe next episode, when we go out to fight the dungeon, we'll get a gun ready when we do that too. So here's some pulsating iron. I don't need that much right now, but I'm going to need some later. So I'll turn this into ingots, because that's what we really need here. And let me just see what we do with that is we put some diamonds with it. Where's our diamonds? We've got tons of diamonds. Here's some diamonds. I can just do that here. If I put a diamond here and surround it in my ingots, where'd my ingots go? Here they are. Then you can get a pulsating crystal. Is that what it's called? Yeah, pulsating crystal. I'm gonna make 2 of those because that's how much we need. And then we're actually really close to having all the materials we want. If I head over here, this crafting recipe right here is now finished because we put the solarium there, and that's how we make our slice and splice. And that means we finally cleared out these tables. That's good. So much preparation this episode. If I break this torch, put this here, now this thing will start getting some power, right? Hopefully. I don't know why that's not getting power. I'll just move it away from the sag mill, I guess. Let's try that. Let's put it right where the sag mill was. That is the sag mill. Where's the slice and splice? Where'd it go? Did I not pick it up? Freaking inventory is full. Okay, let's just put that there. Yeah, now it's getting power. Okay, cool. So what we need is we actually need another axe and another shears, even though it came with one. Here is one shears I could put there, And for the axe, can I just use my diamond axe? I can. I'll do that then, because I'm not going to be needing that too soon anymore, since I'm going to be making my own axe, and I already have a sword. So what we need to put in here, I don't even remember. Jeez, this stuff is so complicated. Okay, solarium, right. And then we need redstone and a zombie head. Where's my zombie heads at? Here's my zombie heads. I'm glad I got a couple. I actually got one of these on episodes, and I was like, this is going to be useful later. See? This is why it's useful. I know what I'm doing. And then put 2 silicon in there. That's why we made the silicon. And then I need some redstone. Where's my redstone? Here's some redstone. And put some redstone there. And look at that. We are now progressing towards getting a Z controller. And then all that's left after that, we have the pulsating crystals, we have the Z controller, we have the machine chases, we don't have a diamond hoe, but we can make that really easily. So we need electrical steel. In order to do that, we need coal powder, silicon, and iron, which is why we got ourselves some coal powder right here. So we put this in the alloy smelter. We can take that out now. Actually, we can leave the iron there. Put some coal powder here, and then what was the last one? Silicon. Where's silicon? Here it is. So we end up using silicon for multiple things, and we're going to be crafting some stuff here. I don't know if I want to make too much of this, because I don't know how much we're going to be using it. That looks fine, 9 of them. So while that's going, where Z controller is finished, let's pop that. Let's sleep. Let's sleep real quick. By the way, I'm playing on a new updated version. If you were playing the mod and you were having trouble of getting stuck in the bed when you slept, especially on multiplayer, that seemed to happen a lot. It's fixed now, by the way. I added a mod called I don't actually have the recipe ready. I added a mod called the bed patch, and that patched it right up. So feel free to sleep all you wish now. Where'd my crystals go? Did I not make the crystals? Oh, here they are. They're always in my hotbar, and I can't find them. Here is the Z controller, and then right here we do the electrical steel, and then we got to make a diamond hoe. I do have a diamond hoe. That was for a different reason. I think I need I'm pretty darn sure I need a full one, though. Usually that's how it works. So let's do that real quick since the stuff is smelting anyway. I got my diamonds here. So the reason I have a diamond hoe already is because I've been doing some work over there, which I'll talk about as soon as I do this. Let's put the diamond hoe here, and then we need our thingamajammers. Electrical steel, we need one more. So while that's cooking up, I want to talk about this over here. I'll just take a quick bounce over there. So here's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking I want a factory-esque here. So basically a place where a bunch of machines and automation will go. So what I have lined out right here is stuff for a wheat farm, because wheat is a really good early game food source. I've been struggling so much with food. I keep having to go out to get it. The ore excavation takes up so fast. But basically, if I put a farming station right here, then stuff in this radius will be automatically farmed. Of course, I'm going to need to find a way to power it. I'll deal with that when I get there. But in this area, I have 4 of these laid out, so I can figure I put 4 farming stations around, which will take a lot of crafting, but it will be worth it in the long run. We will get infinite wheat, which will lead to infinite bread, which will lead to infinite toast, which is great starters. Then I also have these areas over here. The reason they're like this big and stuff is because if I press F3G, you can show the chunk boundaries. As you can see, each one of these squares is inside of a chunk boundary, and I thought that might be kind of a cool way to do a factory, is have everything aligned in chunks and stuff. Because not only does it give you a lot of space, but also it's just kind of cool, just having everything in chunk form. So I figured I could do that for a factory over here. I don't know if this is where we're living necessarily. I definitely don't want to live there anymore. The place is looking really beat up and whatnot, but maybe up there. I really like this biome right here. I forget what biome it's called, but just the grass and those kind of trees. It looks really cool over there. Obviously, we would take care of that pillar there. So maybe I'll live up there. But again, let me know where you guys want to live, because time is running out. Pretty soon, I'm just going to have to choose a place, unless anyone has some good suggestions. So if you do have a suggestion, definitely let me know. Anyway, this is probably finished. Yes, it is. We now have our electrical steels over here, and we simply put them like this and this. Ladies and gentlemen, we have finally created a farming station. That took like the entire episode, and everything was already like in crafting tables and ready to go. We just needed to, just the process of crafting it took a long time. That's modded for you, man. That's modded for you. So I'm gonna place down this farming station right here. Boop, like that. Perfect. And look at that, it already started. Oh, no. It didn't already start. I just clicked it. That's why it went down. It can't start because it needs some power. And it also needs some tools. I forgot about that part. For one, we got a diamond hoe that'll last us a little bit, but I am gonna need, I don't think I need this stuff. I can make a mat huck using Tinker stuff, and that's actually probably the best way to do it in the future. But anyway, that's definitely for another episode because we're running out of time here. What I can do though is go grab this thing that we made at the beginning of this episode, this capacitor bank. It's not finished yet, but that's okay. I'll just take it early. And I'm going to make more of these in the future anyway. And just for now, I'm going to put the capacitor bank over here. Eventually, I might have my own generator. You can actually make a culinary generator using extra utilities. Oh, look at it go. Oh, it's beautiful. It's beautiful. Beautiful. I love it. And as you can see, wheat is coming out right here. This is going to be very, very nice. And then you can also put some bone meal in here, so we can automate a way to put some bone meal in there. I'm thinking the best way to do that is make a mob farm right here. I've already made it in another world, so I know like what to do. And then I could transfer the bones over, turn it into bone meal automatically, and then put it in here. I don't know why that is like that. Actually, I do because it was taking power earlier. Anyway, so this thing fills up. This thing uses power like a madhouse, though. This is certainly not going to last us very long, but we can get some wheat in the process. Also, you can turn this dirt into fertilized dirt using chicken manure. We don't have any chicken manure right now, but all you really need to do is take one chicken, put it inside of a nesting box. Where is it? Nesting pen. If you put it inside a nesting pen, it will automatically pick up everything it drops, including chicken manure, and then we can turn this dirt into chicken manure, and stuff will actually grow faster. So that's what I plan on doing, and then I plan on doing that for every spot here eventually to make the ultimate wheat farm. We'll never go hungry again. But in the meantime, well, we're just going to deal with what we got. I got some wheat here. What you can do with wheat, now that we have ourselves a sag mill, you see everything goes full circle. And once you make like one item, and it ends up being used constantly throughout the stuff. That's what's so cool about mod packs, that they really are extremely well thought out and stuff, and complex and whatnot. Huge appreciation for the creators of the mods. What was I doing? Alloy smelter. Yeah, so, oh no, not alloy smelter. Sag mill. Wait, where's our sag mill? Uh-oh. Where'd our sag mill go? That's a slice and splice. Ooh. So, okay, here it is. I was worried because I threw out one some kind of machine at one point because I was out of inventory space, and I was hoping it didn't despawn. I would really suck. But anyway, if we put some of our wheat in here, in the sag mill, ooh, look at that go down. We get ourselves some flour and seeds. The seeds aren't as important, but flour, that's really good. What you can do with flour is essentially smelt it, and you can actually smelt stuff in the alloy smelter, by the way. As you can see, it has furnace mode, which does all smelting. Oh, sorry, yeah. You can do furnace only, all smelting, or alloys only. We've only done alloys so far, but if we turn it to, well, we'll just leave it like that. If we put some flour in there, though, it'll start smelting the flour. And what's nice about the alloy smelter is it smelts 3 items at once, so it's faster than the furnace, which is why I'm not doing it in the furnace. But basically, once this smelts, we will get some bread. So look at that. We turned one flour into one bread, and you get a good amount of flour per bread. Like we had like 20 wheat or something, and we got like 50 flour. So you get almost double the amount of flour as you do wheat, and then you can turn the wheat into bread. So we're essentially getting way more bread than we would if we just were to craft it. So that's very, very helpful, and that's what we'll be doing in the future. Also, let's just do this real quick. I know I don't have much time left. I don't have much time. I have all the time in the world I want. How do I make this? Toast? We need to make some toast, because that's going to be the basis of what we do in the future. Oh, we need brick. I got brick. You ready for this? I got brick. Do you remember when I was mining stuff and I was like, this stuff's actually going to be a little bit useful? This is unanimous for brick for certain recipes, like a recipe we're going to do right now. If we put some nether brick in a square like that, we get bakeware. If we put bakeware with bread, then we could put toast. And that's how you get toast. And toast does a little bit more food, not like a ton. Actually, no, toast does a good amount more. Yeah, heck a lot more. I'm thinking of a toast sandwich, which we'll also be making at some point. Not this episode. But I can just leave this bakeware inside this crafting table and then just shift-click whenever I want to get more toast. And that's that. And I think that is everything for this episode. Holy crap, was that an intense one. Just so much to do. Anyway, I'll be improving stuff over there, trying to get more power. I'm not sure if by next episode we'll do that, but by next episode, in next episode, I definitely want to go take on a dungeon, and I plan on having this gun set up so that I can do that also. Even though the focus is to get XP for this, maybe once I'm done, we can do some shooting stuff, because after all, this is a Warpack, and what would be a Warpack without some guns? Thank you guys so much for watching this series. You guys can download this mod pack if you wish in the Twitch launcher, link in the description. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time, and so long. Yeah.